Hello once again, Star Wars and Unboxing fans. Welcome to another episode of Darth Tuba's Star Wars Unboxing Show. I'm your host, Darth Tuba. And today we have two items that have come in the mail since our, in our post-holiday let's call it the afterglow, if you will. The post-holiday season has come and gone, and we are now kind of putting the Christmas decorations away and things of that nature. So a lot of the stuff that I've ordered, I think, the companies were working to get them out before Christmas because a lot of times they assume when you're ordering toys that they're Christmas gifts. So they do try to push that out. But these are things that just were never going to arrive prior to that. Although one of them I think did, and I have a funny story about it. But let me get through this one first. This is actually, you don't see too many rants on this channel. Okay, go back and look at all my episodes. I'm a very positive person. I'm always looking for the silver lining, the positive part of things. But I will say that this came in the mail, and it kind of came in a little weird. And I'm sorry I didn't keep the box that it was in, but we have this item. Now, from the camera angle, it looks in pretty good shape. This is the VC-181 Mandalorian with the Beskar armor, okay? Obviously the vintage collection. Okay, I'll give you a nice little close-up of it. As you can see, it's in good shape, the bubble's fine. Again, and for those who don't join the channel, yes, this is an unboxing show, but sometimes the unboxing is just taking it out of the package, okay? Meaning the delivery package that it came in. I do not typically open all of these, the vintage collection things, because I'm a big fan of the vintage packaging, both the original vintage, meaning when it came out in the 70s and 80s, and what Hasbro's been doing with the new carded designs that are a throwback. I really think that's a cool thing. So I've been keeping, this is like the one, and I'm kind of glad that that's right now the only thing that they have going, as opposed to having this plus like Resistance figures and Rogue One figures and Force Awakens figures, all in different packaging. For the moment, I'm kind of glad we're just sticking to this. Okay, but as you can see, on the surface, it's okay, but I want to just kind of turn it sideways a little bit, and I want to point out how it's bending this way. Well, when this card arrived, okay, it was literally in a box that was about this long, so this thing was bent like that much when it came in the mail. I had to literally lay it flat and place like a book on it overnight for a couple of nights for it to even get close to that. So now, I am not by any means, I'm not an AFA graded collector. I don't put these things in hard, I have some plastic casings that I'll put them in, from time to time, but for the most part, I just display them as is. I'm not looking to make a mint off of these anytime in my life, okay? This is just an enjoyment. I enjoy collecting them. I enjoy displaying them, even in the packaging like this. Okay, so I'm not that upset about it, but I can imagine that there are collectors out there, particularly ones who buy 2 or 3 of each one to open, one to keep in display, and maybe one to sell later on. I can understand people getting very upset at that. I really can, and I think that this is something that we, and I believe over the last year with, such a huge, due to the pandemic and just other reasons, having such a huge push for ordering product online, whether that product be collectible toys of any brand or any item, you need to ship those items safely. All right, because they came in a box like that, there was no bubble wrap, no nothing. So, I could send it back and demand one that didn't do that, but I've heard horror stories about people trying to do that. So, at the end of the day, it is what it is. But I do feel that it would be nice if I believe this actually came from Entertainment Earth, and normally they're really good with packaging. So I would hope that, or no, I'm sorry, no, this didn't. No, that was another one. It wasn't Entertainment Earth, it was another company. But I do believe that they need to work on making sure they do that. But if it's Walmart and these bigger companies, they just don't package it. It depends on the person there, and sometimes you're going to get a good worker that's going to do something right, and sometimes they may be, I'm sure a lot of you who have been ordering things online have found some toys like this big arriving in boxes this big, you know what I mean? Which I guess is fine, but it just seems like such a waste of space and a waste of postage material, and I don't like to do that either. So, but I guess sometimes you're limited with what everybody's ordering things online now, so I guess you're just limited to what you have. The other one that came in, actually this did come in before Christmas, but it came in, I wanted to talk a little bit about it because of 2 things. Well, all right, so this was ordered on Amazon, okay? And what we have is this. It is the Speeder Bike, Scout Trooper, and the Child, right? So there he is. And I'm going to take this one out of the box. All right, so I'll open this in a second. There was a weird thing that happened with this as well. And I want to know if you maybe leave a comment if you've had anything like this happen. So this was ordered through Amazon. I believe it's an Amazon exclusive, right? By the way, here's the side art. You know that kind of half trapezoidal shaped box. It's cool. I mean, you can, obviously you can display it here. I will say this: I'm not a big fan of displaying things like this because it's just a lot of space. It's like I guess having a library of books, and I think that's kind of where they're going with it. But you're still, I mean, you're seeing beautiful art. Part of me feels like, well, why don't you just cut out the art? And part of me is thinking of maybe starting to do that. Just cut out the art. Cut out this page right here and just line them all up and make like a little picture. Honestly, I mean, you're spending a lot of money and putting a lot of space in your house to display them sideways and not even really see the toy. Although I guess it's nice, you can pull it out, you can look at it and admire it, and then slide it back in. But for me, no, we're unboxing this in a moment. But what I wanted to talk about is that this was ordered through Amazon. I have an Amazon account. My wife, we'll call her Mrs. Darth Tuba, also has her own Amazon account. We're both members of Amazon Prime. By the way, if you like, two things. If you like getting free shipping and getting things in 2 days, and if you like, and you order a lot of stuff over the course of a year, whether it be for collecting or for any part of your life, and on top of that, if you enjoy Star Trek, I know, this is not a Star Trek channel, but we do enjoy Star Trek in this house too. We float both ways, if you will. We like Star Wars, we like Star Trek. But when you get an Amazon Prime membership, it comes with Amazon Prime Video. And, there are certain video, update, newer movies and one that they have to pay extra for. But Star Trek, all the Star Treks, including Picard and Discovery, Lower Decks, and any of the other new ones that they're planning on doing, they all come in from that. So you pay your subscription fee, but you get all these different movies, all these different shows, including all the CBS library, and including Star Trek. So it's worth it. It's worth it for the shipping alone, if you ask me. But you put all that stuff on top of it. That is, Amazon Prime to me is a really great deal. So anyway, but my wife has an account. I have an account. So something comes in the mail and it's addressed to me. Open it up. Hey, all right, this is good. I'll put this on my little stack of things I'm going to do unboxings for, like I'm doing right now. Great. Then a day or so later, Mrs. Darth Tuba gets a package. She gets all excited. Now, you have to understand, it's kind of a running gag in our house. When a package comes in the mail, 99% of the time, it's got my name on it. And my Mrs. Darth Tuba doesn't really order a lot of stuff. But every now and then, she does order a few things here and there for her. She's not a collector like me, but she does order some things through Amazon, of course. And sure enough, there was a package. And she's like all like joking with it. Whoa, well, wonders never cease. A package in the mail addressed to me, meaning Mrs. Darth Tuba. This is fantastic. Woohoo! Like, we joke about it. Ha, ha, ha. And then we move on. She opens up the package. It's another one of these. They sent one to her, too. Has anybody ever been in there? It's a kind of weird circumstance. Have a company, whether it be Amazon or anybody else, ever sent you two of something? Now, I said, at first I thought, it must be my mistake. So I looked back on all my orders, and I didn't order it twice. I ordered it once. I ordered it once to be shipped to me. But apparently, there was a second order. And we cannot, for the life of us, figure out why Amazon sent us two. Okay? I'm looking, and at the moment, I don't know if they even charged us for two. So I'm probably going to return it. Okay? But then I was thinking, well, maybe, let me see. Actually, no, I gotta rephrase that. I did get charged for it. It's not that I didn't get. I did get charged the second one. Okay? I just don't remember ordering it. And it was on my wife's account, and she doesn't remember ordering it. So it's just a very strange thing. So we don't know what happened there. I'm debating whether to get rid of it or not, whether to sell it back or, to return it, because there were actually two speeder bikes in the scene. Not two Baby Yodas, but there were two of the biker scouts. So it might be nice to kind of set them up. So we'll see. I haven't decided yet. But let me know in the comments if you've ever had an issue like that. Okay? Because that's strange. So like two different packaging situations. One, bad packaging, which I know is very common, and one, sending me two of, and charging me for two of something. And again, I look, it's very possible that I did order it twice, or, but I would have to have ordered it twice, accidentally sent one of them to my wife, which I just think that's a lot of errors for, don't get me wrong, I make errors, but to make that many errors in one shot, I don't know. So anyway, So, of course, this is the Biker Scout, the last episode of the first season of Mandalorian. Where they actually got a lot of the two Biker Scouts were known for their amazing banter back and forth, along with their absolute seething hatred over the fact that these jerks were pounding on poor baby Yoda and hurting him. But they got their comeuppance with thanks to IG-11. So, and I do love the return of just using my little box cutter here, be careful using it, kids. I do enjoy when they kind of do a little throwback to some of the remaining Empire items. Okay. All right, so there you go. I'll put this. I'll get a little a stationary recording of this. Okay, there you go. This is a great thing. It's like set up really nicely. Now, I'm a little bit confused. I'll have to look at this in the back, maybe. I'm not exactly sure. Includes target accessory. Oh, okay. So, this little thing, if you recall in the scene... Ooh, did I just drop... I think I might... Oh, no, there it is. If you recall in the scene, while they were waiting to get confirmation, one of them took out his little blaster, right? And I love... I'm going to put the blaster in his thing here. I love the Biker Scout blaster that's kind of located in their kind of like shin or whatever, in their shin holster. And they're trying to shoot some random little thing on the ground and they keep missing, which is, just a great callback. Well, they actually include that. I thought it was just a can, but this looks like a little piece of debris or something. And they included it. When I first came in here, I'm like, what is this supposed to be? Is it part of the machine? I don't know. So, of course, to me, that's one downside about opening up loose items is that when you open up loose items, you tend to, how do I put it? Lose them. Okay, so what I'm going to do, this is one example where I'll actually keep the box for this, and if there's ever a time when either I'm done with it or my next of kin, and when I'm gone, when I've shuffled off the mortal coil, want to sell it or do something, I'll make sure that I have the box. I can put it back in the box. It generally just, once you took the straps out, the little elastics, it generally goes right back in. But there he is. Let's talk a little about Baby Yoda. It looks like this. Now, this is interesting. It is not a full Baby Yoda. It is just the head. See? If I tried to pull, it's not like his whole body is sitting in there, which I'm kind of disappointed about. Although I guess based on the size of the satchel, maybe it would be hard for them to create a little figure to fit in there. But it is kind of sad that they didn't actually include a full Baby Yoda. But I think part of the fun of this is that you're supposed to kind of keep it shut. It does enable you, maybe, if I can just get this to... All right, it's not being... Hang on. I just want to close one. It just has a little snapshot, like it's got a little hole in... Okay, this doesn't want to shut. All right, well, that's a... All right, yeah, I got one. One of the two snaps, I have it shut there. So, I mean, that you don't really see Baby Yoda inside. I'm sorry, Grogu. Name is Grogu. Spoiler alert. I don't really see Baby Yoda, Grogu in the satchel during the scene, so I just think that they included that because I think people would have been more upset if you didn't even at least get the head. But they do kind of open up and peek at it one second. So, there he is. I like that it's a white speeder bike. Okay. Beautiful piece. Very similar, it's a repaint to previously released. Oops, his little blaster doesn't want to stay in. Previously released Biker Scout and speeder bike vehicles in the Black Series line, but that's okay. I don't buy all repeated items, but this one I did because it was just a great additive. So, all right, so that'll do it for this week's episode of Darth Tuba's Star Wars Unboxing Show. And be sure to like, subscribe, hit the notification button. Welcome to our new subscribers, and please continue leaving comments. I don't get a ton of comments, and I understand that. It's a small channel, all right, with a small following. But, I always love to engage in conversations, particularly about these items. All right, so make sure to check out all my other videos and playlists. Okay, I got tons of different stuff. We just had a whole slew of holiday stuff recently. Speaking of Mandalorian, we did do the life-size Baby Yoda Grogu statue from Sideshow. So we don't do tons and tons and tons of we don't buy every single Star Wars item out there, but we do get enough things into the collection that we can do a feature about each thing here and there. So thank you so much for watching. Be sure to like, subscribe, hit me up on Instagram and Twitter, okay, at Darth Tuba, Darth Tuba Star Wars Unboxing page on Facebook. If you want to support the channel, check out my TeePublic store with a lot of cool Star Wars vintage-inspired vintage packaging art. And until next time, may the Force and the toys be with you.